Hello, I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company. In this, the natural gas weekly recap. Natural gas prices have bounced up to 341.30, up 5.1 cents or 1.55%. They are still holding here after really a down week since Monday. We've continued to see prices decline as it bounced off of the upper Bollinger Band. And that's why we're putting that out here on the daily chart. There may have been some gas to coal switching, but we've also seen some lower LNG inputs to those facilities over the last week. So, despite the record heat in Texas and parts of the Southwest, we really haven't seen a bounce at all until today. So, let's take a look at the hourly chart. As you can see here, using the pivots on the hourly chart, we can see that it did bounce off the lower pivot support here at 329.80 and really right now through the daily pivot at 339.90 and now is trying to move toward the first resistance level at 346.20. Hopefully, we can see some higher prices next week. But what else also declined? Well, here's another reason. The EIA storage report on Thursday was 110. This is a triple digit input. And as you can see now, stocks are at 2.255 TCF in the ground. We've got 175 days left to inject gas into storage, which means we need about 54.8 per week to get into the ground on average from now until November 1st. We'll look at some stocks here, which is our stock list for the week. They actually went higher despite commodity prices moving lower. So let's take a look at the front to back spreads. And you can see today those spreads are starting to come in. Currently, right now, the Jan versus June contract is trading at 161.80, down 161 and a half, down 3.9 cents or over 2.36%. We'll look to see if this is going to test this lower level here at 160. We've got support well below the market at 132.60 to 137.40. With the prompt month here starting to hold, the backs may start to waver and we'll start to see some of these spreads come in. As you can see, the RSI indicator is showing that we're waning on the upside for these spreads. So expect that they'll come down, test first support, and possibly just chop around until we get some better weather trends. And here's the Jan versus October. Same thing. The RSI continues to weaken out a little bit. We do have support here at 109.80 and below that at 106.20. Currently, right now, trading at 112.20, down 1.8 cents. And let's take a look at the WTI contract. As you can see, WTI continues to just hold below that major support we've seen for the last 3 years, around 63.40 all the way down to 62. So we need this to climb. Otherwise, we're going to start losing associated gas volumes for natural gas, which means more prices to the upside for natural gas. Let's take a look at the weather. And the weather going forward is hot. Today, very hot temperatures in the southeast across Texas to Florida and up towards Virginia. And as you can see over the weather forecast model here for the next few weeks, it is still warm across Texas through the southeast and parts of the southwest as we go through this entire forecast period. So let's take a look at also the heat index. The heat index for Texas through Florida today is quite high. As you can see from here, way down in South Texas, the heat indexes are approaching 105 to 110. Also, parts of Florida in the same space. So, above 100 across major areas of Texas, all the way back through the Southeast and Florida. And let's take a look at the drought. The drought in the Southwest continues to expand around San Antonio, all the way back towards California and parts of Nevada, Utah, and Arizona and New Mexico. We'll keep an eye on this, but this should be higher AC load as we go forward in the season. And let's take a look at those stocks. This is the oil and gas E&P sector. We added APA or Apache Corporation this week, and this is for mid cap here between 2 billion and 10 billion on market cap and a short float over 10%. So how did they do? Well, they're down a little bit today, but let's take a look at the 1 week performance. And these stocks have done extremely well. Right now, the highest has been Northern Oil and Gas up 6.48%. And right behind that, CNX up 5.22%. So it's been a positive week for these stocks despite declining commodity prices. So the equity markets are saying they'll have higher earnings going forward as the conditions improve for the commodities, especially natural gas. As you can tell right now, we are currently trading at 341 and a half, up 5.3 cents or 1.58%. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon.